we live in a world that changes fast. It changes fast. It changes regularly. It changes often. We almost live in a world that changes perpetually. There is a big difference between waiting till the last minute and waiting till after the last minute. See, some of you here wait till the last minute and you freak out because you associate the last minute, like waiting till the last minute, with like pulling all-nighters and missing deadlines and compromising quality and incurring additional expenses, people not hitting their project deadlines and that. Like, that's what you associate with the last minute. But I would submit that those dynamics are not the last minute. Those are after the last minute. Those are all things that showed up when we waited too long. So I'm not advocating that those things are good. I'm not saying that the key to success is pulling all-nighters and to not plan and prepare and have ample time for things. That's not what we're saying. So don't hear what we're not saying. But we are saying you wait until the last possible minute where you could still execute effectively and properly and efficiently and not waste money and all that stuff. But even still, you might say, well, why? Like, why would we wait? And a lot of people, especially high-performing people, would say, why? Why would I wait? Like, if I can just do it now, why wouldn't I just do it now? And the reason why is because things change. We live in a world of like constant, perpetual change. And this, again, is something different. This is different than the world of 1989. Right? Like in the world of 1989, we didn't have instant communication. We didn't have instant news. We didn't have instant innovation. We didn't have things go viral. We didn't have like spread like we have it now. And now we have things changing. There's also a lower barrier of entries to starting most businesses and in most markets than ever before. So there's always a new competitor. We also didn't have things like artificial intelligence and programming and computer chips and technology. And so the world changed slower. But we live in a world that changes fast. It changes fast. It changes regularly. It changes often. We almost live in a world that changes perpetually. And that requires an evolution of mindset that's a completely radically different way of thinking about this. So you say, well, what changes exactly? And it's like everything changes, right? First of all, your plans change. Your plans change. You go, okay, well, I was going to go to, I have to go to Chicago, but then a week before I find out, I need to be in Philadelphia 3 days before I get to Chicago. Your plans change. Dates change, right? We were going to do it on this date, but the date got moved. Oh, COVID happened. Now we got to push the date out. Prices change, right? Because you were going to do something and now there's some new competitor that comes in and undercuts you. Or you're in a home building market and all of a sudden, all the cost of lumber and everything associated with building a house has skyrocketed because demand has skyrocketed and supply has gone down. And now your prices change. Legislation changes, right? Somebody passes something that says marijuana is legal. That changes things. You have a new cost. It's another invisible cost. It's what we call unexpected change cost. Anytime that you've already taken action and then later things change, you have unexpected change cost. Let's look at some examples of this. All right. So first of all, you were anxious to get that new flyer printed. You got a great deal on printing in bulk, but then 2 weeks later, you decided that your customer needed to reposition your whole marketing message. You suddenly have a massive sunk cost, and now you can't use these flyers. Or you have rework cost. A customer ordered 1,000 quantity of X products. You boxed it up 2 weeks early. Then your salesperson called and said they just upped the order. Now you have rework cost. One of the things that you have to realize is that doing something early does not equal multiplying time. Doing something early just means that you're taking something from tomorrow, you're bringing it into today, and you're adding risk. You're adding the risk of unexpected change cost. That is it. Here's the other thing. If you would say, why wouldn't I want to do something early? Because if you're doing something early, it is an underutilization of your greatest asset, which is time. If you're doing something early, then that means you're pulling time away from something else that you could be doing that is inside of the perfect window, that is inside of the perfect time. So you don't want to have an underutilization of your greatest asset. Now, let me again be clear. So you definitely don't want to be late, but you also don't want to be too early, right? If you're too early to Bitcoin, you lost your entire retirement. If you're too late to Bitcoin, then you can't afford it or the market has passed, right? If you're too early to Facebook, nobody is on it. If you're too late to Facebook, no one's seeing your posts. This is life. Multipliers work to be precisely on time. They are calculating subconsciously again, right? Like it took us forever to figure out what's going on here, because they can't explain it. They just do it instinctively. They are going through this perpetual calculation.